Hey, what's good? It's your boy Jay, that's me. We're going to get into NXT from October the 21st, 2025. An okay show for the most part. It just primarily focused on building up to this Saturday's Halloween Havoc, and we will go over the predictions for Halloween Havoc. So overall, the show was okay. It could have been better, but it was all right. So we kicked the show off with Tatum Paxley. She showed up. She cut a promo. She talked about how she's been in NXT for 4 years, and the crowd always had her backs throughout those 4 years. She realizes that it's now been her first PLE. She said that the timing is right because it's fitting that it's the scariest night of the year. She says that everything is going her way. She's got the calling. She's got her best friend Izzi, and she puts over Izzi. And she says that she will become the new NXT Women's Champion at Halloween Havoc. So Jessie Jane comes out, and she belittles Tatum Paxley. She still says that people still think that she's a beatable champion, and it's not going to happen. She calls her a creepy little weirdo, that being Tatum Paxley. She says that she's barely even average, also being Tatum Paxley. And she basically said that she should have let Izzi Dame win the Battle Royal, and at least she would stand a shot being the number one contender. So basically, Tatum says that she kept getting better, training day in, day out. She didn't have the spotlight to show it. She said it was in empty rings, day after day, night after night, fail after fail. She said, on Saturday, you bet your ass that it's her time, and she's gonna become the new NXT Women's Champion. So Fallon Henley gets involved, and she says that she knows that she's gonna lose. She just hopes that Izzi and the calling don't leave you when it does happen. So then basically this leads us into just a brawl that breaks out and everything. So this is fine. It's an okay way to start the show. The crowd is super into into Tatum Paxley. I'm a fan of Tatum Paxley. I like her. I think she probably will end up winning on Saturday. But we'll have to wait and see how things play out. So moving on from that, this leads us into Stacks. He's backstage with Ariana Grace, his real life fiance. He noticed that Santina Marella called him his future son-in-law last week. Ariana admits to talking about their relationship. Stacks wants Ariana to accompany him to the ring so they could launch their relationship with the TNA X Division Championship. Ariana says that she'll do anything for Channing. And then Channing prefers to be called Stacks at work. And she's embarrassing him, which is funny. So Javon Evans and Leon Slater tell him he needs to slow down and focus on tonight's title defense. They need to focus on... then they can focus on Halloween Havoc after Leon Slater's match. Okay, that's cool stuff there. Moving on, let's lead us into the first match of the night. Leon Slater defeats Stacks. So he retains the TNA X Division Championship. He wins via the 450 Swanton Bomb for the 1-2-3. Good stuff there. Then Javon Evans and Leon Slater, they get on the mic. They're talking about how they're going to be the young OGs and stuff, and how it's going to be a movie and all that jazz. Then La Parka and Mr. Iguana, they come out. They get massive reactions. Crowd goes fucking crazy. And Mr. Iguana, he spoke very good, fluent English. And it's going to be Leon Slater and Javon Evans taking on La Parka and Mr. Iguana. So this is something that Tony Khan would damn sure do. This is fine, though. This is fine. It does make sense. I do like the AAA integration with NXT and TNA thrown in there as well. So good stuff there. It's fine. This should be a very fun match. Everybody in this match is a babyface, but it could work. It's just going to be kicks, flips, and dives. And it'll be good, though. It'll be good. Moving on. This leads us into a Zachary Wentz, Jasper Troy vignette. Jasper Troy defeats Zachary Wentz. He advances in the men's speed tournament. He wins via the Black Hole Slam. You know what Abyss used to do in TNA. So good shit there. It seems like they're probably going to have Jasper Troy win the whole damn thing more than likely. I mean, why would he lose? You know what I'm saying? So, yeah. Moving on. So, Lola Vice, Carmen Petrovich, Kelly Armstrong, and Jada Parker, they all put Kalani Jordan's belongings on the outside of the NXT women's locker room. She's getting kicked out of the locker room for being a traitor, which is hilarious. It was so hilarious. Like, Kalani sold it beautifully. That was a good shit. If anybody had the same opportunity... No, Jordan Grace shows up. She takes the exception to that narrative. If anyone had the same opportunity, they'll be shooting TNA from the rooftops. Kalani says that she doesn't need Jordan's help. Jordan tells Kalani that she was exactly in her position a year ago. Kalani points out that Jordan's always has to make everything about herself. Kalani is starting to think that Jordan may be her biggest fan. Not only that, but she thinks that Jordan's jealous of her because she's holding something that Jordan Grace used to have, and she's yet to become a champion in NXT. Okay, this is fine. I do like this. I really do. This is cool. This could be setting up something on the TNA side of things. Maybe we'll get Jordan Grace back in TNA for a while. Maybe at Turning Point or Final Resolution for TNA, maybe we could see Jordan Grace versus Kalani Jordan. So maybe that could happen. I don't know. We'll have to wait and see how that shit plays out. Moving on. We get a Hardy Boys Darkstate vignette. So the Hardys, they're challenging Darkstate to a Broken Rules match at Halloween Havoc. So we get cameos from the Hardy House. Broken is where they thrive. The state of dark have awoken the Hardys. Darkstate will fade away and classify themselves as obsolete. And then Broken Matt is sentencing the state of dark to deletion. Okay, this is fine, I guess. All right. Although this is like a 10-year-old gimmick, though. This has been going on since, I want to say 2016, so basically 9 years. It's been going on for a while, though. It's okay. Moving on. So this leads us into Ava. She calls out Sol Ruka. Sol Ruka basically admits that she got injured in their tag match last week against Charlotte Flair and Alexa Bliss for the WWE Women's Tag Team Championships. And so she's on crutches. We don't know what happened to her knee or her leg. Clearly, she's going to be out for a while, which sucks. And she's basically just going to relinquish both championships because she don't want to hold up both divisions. So Mariah May comes out saying that she says that she's the rightful owner of that title because she's the one who came to NXT to make it glamorous, and she's going to make the NXT North American Championship for the women glamorous. So basically, Zarya says that that Mariah May doesn't deserve to get to be given a title, especially since Sol Ruca won, busted her ass, and defended time and time again. This is NXT. And then she says, we don't give handouts. So, Mariah says that Zarya is constantly fighting Sol Ruca's battles. And basically, this leads into Ava making the match official between Zarya and Mariah May for the vacated NXT Women's North American Championship. And then Zarya F5s Mariah May after Mariah tries to go for a cheap shot on Zarya. This is fine. This makes perfect sense. So good stuff there. Moving on, this leads us into a Axiom and Shawn Legacy vignette. So, all right, that's fine. Moving on. Miles Bourne and Tavion Heights, they're venting about going up short with their recent marquee matches. Josh Briggs, his sorry ass shows up. He's tired of hearing grown men crying. Josh Briggs says that Miles Bourne and Tavion Heights are going to wait a long time if they're looking for popularity and success. Josh Briggs beat the internet's favorite, Matt Cardona, last week. He's glad that he pissed off the internet last week. Josh Briggs says that there's only there's only room for one person at the top, and it's not Miles Bourne or Tavion Heights. But at least the fans love them, right? Whatever. I don't care about this shit. I really don't. Fuck Josh Briggs. Josh Briggs really needs to be in Evolve, like Brooks Jensen. That's where he's been ever since he got booted from the calling. I believe that was back in May or June. I want to just say June. So he's been gone like 4 months. So, yeah, whatever. Moving on. Axiom defeats Shawn Legacy. So he advances. Okay, that's fine. Good stuff there. He wins via the Avalanche Spanish Fly for the 1-2-3. It was like 13 seconds left before the time expired. Whatever. So cool stuff there. I do like the speed matches, though. They're good. Really good way to kill time. Moving on. So Ethan Page, he cut a promo. He says that this Saturday is the match that Dr. Wagner Jr. wanted, and that is the Day of the Dead, where anything goes. All Ego's done his research on him, and he knows that he's going to be in for a fight at Halloween Havoc. You survive cage matches, battles in Japan for Noah, classic for AAA in Mexico. You put your body on the line, all to defend the honor of your mask. Well, pal, this Saturday, we're going to fight for something more important than your mask. We're fighting for my North American Championship. You have a family legacy to uphold, a tradition set forth by your father, the same man who put your Latin American Championship around your waist at Triple Mania. And by the way, in his prime, your dad couldn't touch me, and neither will you in Prescott Valley, Arizona. This is your match, your rules, but when it comes to my title and my continent, you'll be the only one left for dead in the desert. Really good shit there. I love that promo. Good shit. Really, really good shit. Moving on. OTM, they defeat Hank and Tank, and then they destroyed them afterwards. They beat the shit out of them post-match. They put, I believe it was Hank through the table, and they beat the shit out of Tank. So, whatever. That's fine. But again, where is this going? Moving on, let's get this into Ren Sinclair. She's having a conversation with Troy Dempsey on the phone. Last Legend doesn't want to hear any of that as she's sitting on a couch. So Ren plans to revamp the NQCC once Dempsey comes back from Japan. Last Legend thinks that Ren's plan is stupid. Kendall Gray tells Lash that she's not going to let her push Ren or anyone around here. Lash says that Kendall is feeling herself after becoming a champion last week on Evolve. Lash tells Kendall Gray that she shouldn't fight Ren's battles, and she'll have no problem sending her back to Evolve. Kendall has no problem fighting Lash or anyone who thinks they can run their mouth without any consequences. And then Lash calls Kendall a little girl, and she tells her to watch it. Okay, that's cool. It seems like they're probably going to set up a match between the two of them either next week on NXT or probably maybe even on Evolve, maybe. I don't know. I really don't, because I don't watch Evolve like that. I don't. I haven't watched Evolve in months. I really have not. So, yeah. Fatal Influence, they defeat the Culling, Izzi Dame and Tatum Paxley. So JC Jane gets the win via the rolling encore for the 1-2-3. And then post-match, Tatum Paxley beats up all three members of the Fatal Influence. Okay, that's fine. And then the closing segment of the evening was a contract signing between Trick Williams and Ricky Saints, a.k.a. Ricky Starks. It was pretty okay. So Trick put himself over, saying that it's always been about him. He didn't have any love for TNA or NXT. He just loves himself, basically. So, Ricky Saints gets on the mic, and he just says that he's always been a very emotional guy. He wears it on his sleeve. He owns up to it. And there's nothing wrong with that. My bad. He knows exactly who he is, and he's never gonna change for that. He puts over Trick Williams, said, why would he be worried about a guy who ushered in the Whoop That Trick era? And he says it was a very exciting time in NXT, which it was. But he said that Trick lost the plot along the way. You thought that you were bigger than the brand. You thought you were bigger than all those people here and everyone in the back. You thought you were bigger than the title. But to me, you left this place a long time ago. So, Trick said that he's a star. He said, what does he look like being on the indies? He said he looks Hollywood. He said that Ricky, he looks like a champion. So, Trick says that when he looks into Ricky Saints' eyes, he doesn't see a champion. He sees someone cosplaying their best, doing the best they can to become a stunt double for Trick Williams. But he says that there's no man alive, no man on God's green earth that can replace Trick Williams at your very best. You can be my stand-in, but since you're standing in my way, I'm going to whip your ass for that NXT championship. And the Absolute Era will be over. Damn, that was good. Good line there. So Ricky Saints, he says that the same guy walked into the PC hoping to make it. You're asking Billy to fit through the door. Don't talk to me about grinding on the indies, because the stuff I've been through, your ass will be folded. Like the shirt you got on. You understand what I'm saying? One thing about me is I never will ever be a Trick Williams replacement. I'm the blueprint. You're trying to be like me. I'm smoother, silkier. I'm more stylish than you will ever be. I'm the man that's the face of NXT. Do you understand me? This is my house. I'm locked in, and come Saturday, guess what? Your ass is locked out, because I'm absolutely Ricky Saints. Really good shit there from Ricky. Then Trick, he hits a cheap shot on Ricky. Ricky then dodges that. Trick goes for the trick kick. Ricky dodges that, and he hits the F5 through the table, and he stands tall with the NXT championship. So good stuff there, good shit there. I do like that. All right. Let's get into the predictions for Halloween Havoc. So Halloween Havoc takes place on Saturday, October 25th in Prescott, Arizona. So that's cool. We have 6 matches on the card, which is fine. So Let's see how this is going to play out. So we got, like I said before, we have 6 matches on the card. Let's start with the Broken Hardyz versus Darkstate. Obviously, the Hardys are going to win. Why would they lose? That would be dumb. That'd be totally dumb for them to lose. So this is just something to be on the show. They're going to retain the tag team championships, obviously. Moving on, this leads us into Ethan Page versus El Hijo del Dr. Wagner Jr. Day of the Dead for the North American Championship. Dr. Wagner is going to win. Why would he lose? It's time for Ethan Page to move on. It's time for him to be on the main roster. So there is that. Moving on. This leads us into Zarya versus Mariah May for the vacated women's NXT North American Championship. Mariah May needs to win this, and then you have Zarya turn heel on Sol Ruka. And that way, when Sol Ruka gets back from her injury, you can always do the Sol Ruka and Zarya feud. Because Zarya needs something, because Zarya has not done shit in a while. Moving on, Javon Evans and Leon Slater versus Mr. Iguana and La Parka. Javon Evans and Leon Slater are going to win that one. Why would they lose? Jacy Jayne versus Tatum Paxley. The NXT Women's Championship. Tatum Paxley is going to win this one. This makes sense. Why would she lose? I feel like it's time for Jacy Jayne to either go on the main roster or just stay in the tag team division. You know? That's just how I feel. Main event of the evening, Ricky Saints versus Trick Williams for the NXT Championship. Ricky Saints. And then I do think that we'll see Oba Femi make his return. Oba's been gone for a while. And he's been gone for like a good 3 weeks. 3 to 4 weeks now. So he's been gone for a minute. So, yeah. But hopefully Halloween Havoc is fun. Hopefully we get a Halloween theme throughout the entire night of the show. So hopefully that happens. But what did you guys think of NXT? And what are your predictions for Halloween Havoc? Like, comment, subscribe. Peace.